And welcome to the RideShare Garage. What's popping, y'all, this Wednesday night? You know how we do. We come here live every Wednesday, 9 p.m. on the East Coast, 6 p.m. on the West Coast, and a couple of time frames in between there. We want to welcome everybody in. Hope everybody's doing well tonight. To my right, I got my little sidekick, like that little sidecar on the motorcycle. I'm way up here. He's way down there. I got Eddie driving in style next to me. Good day, good evening, Edward. Below him, I got my other buddy. He's on the skateboard next to the motorcycle at his house, ripping and running all through Hollywood, Florida. That would be driven by Omar's in here. What's going on, brother? And then below me, y'all know I got Mr. Colorado himself. I've got the driven dad, Tony, all the way in from Denver. What's going on, guys? How's everybody doing tonight?
So far, so good. Because of the time change, but so far, so good.
What time?
Working
we have time change already?
Eddie.
Me and Vinny had a time change for the morning show.
So. Yes, our morning show went from 9:30 in the morning to 9:30 to 11 to 1 to 2 p.m. on the East Coast, and Eddie is happy now because he doesn't have to crawl out of his bed so early. And no, actually, it's a better time slot change. So I'm happy that Eddie's happy. I'm happy that Eddie's happy. You happy?
Sure.
And
I see your happiness in your face. I see it. The grin is just there. It's just there. You see it?
I don't smile, brother. Anyway, so what's going on with everybody? All right, no problem. So what's going on with everybody? How's everybody doing? Tony, how's things going for you out there in Colorado, brother?
I'm just trying to stack up the dough in between all of the potential labor happening with Lisa, so I can take a little bit of time off. COVID kind of drained my backup account I had built for this.
Well, I mean, yeah, you were not feeling good, and now you're getting back on your feet, and
yeah,
that's an awesome deal. Are you still?
So I'd like to report that I'm at about 400 right now today with no compromises, I guess.
You're at 400 again today?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, brother, you have been absolutely wrecking them out there in Denver.
All right, we're going to Denver, Vinny. Let's go.
I was just gonna say we're moving to Denver, Florida.
Denver's a compromise. Denver's a compromise between where we're at, Phoenix and LA. We don't want to go to LA, so let's go to Denver.
Dude, and I'm not even hitting Denver proper, so you can have all the crazy people downtown. I'll stick in my little area.
Hey, as long as they order Black XL, they can be.
After the show, I could tell you the real deal.
Oh, and that's something else too. I got to make mention to it. These guys have started it last week. After the show, when we're done here at 11, the 2-hour show. Y'all know how we do. I ain't got to explain this to you. On the Discord,
it was supposed to be an hour show.
No, this was never an hour show. This was always
no. It was supposed to be. It was supposed to be, but we just kept going over, and we kept going over and over an hour all the time, and we just went 2 hours. I remember that. Yeah, I remember talking about it. I was like, yes, only for an hour.
All right, Eddie's on some type of drug today coming into the show because it was always 2 hours, right, Steven? Weren't we always 2 hours on this show?
I mean, Eddie gets the good stuff. I mean, straight from the source,
And Steven can't hear us. Okay, so anyway, make a long story short, because now I'm all screwed up here. We do have a thing on the Discord called the After Show, and where we can go in there and speak freely about anything and everything. There's no censorship or anything going on in there. So if you guys are up for it, you guys can join us in the Discord. I'll hang out for about a half hour. I do not run it. That's something that Omar and a couple of the other guys have got going on in there, but you guys are more than welcome to come in there.
It's just a voice channel. We have a voice channel, and today, real quick, Vinny. Today, New Jay was in there live streaming the Uber thing. I don't know, the town hall thing that they were having. I had to get out of there because, and I know we're going to talk about the Fisher interview because I was getting triggered listening to this Uber thing. But shout out to Jay because he was able to live stream it so that we all could listen to what they were talking about.
Ah, see, and I missed it today because I had so much going on today. It's not even funny.
Oh
But-
yeah, I mean I was in there for 5 minutes. I didn't have time either.
See, y'all think I get triggered. Y'all think I get triggered. Let me introduce y'all to Omar. Okay, Omar is the ultimate libertarian, as it is. He's the ultimate, listen, don't tell me what to do. This is my thing, blah, blah, blah. But when Omar gets triggered, like he would make a Karen a Sally. That's how triggered Omar gets. It's not even funny. So anyway, before we get into that whole part with the interview, we might, and I did send the link out. Sergio might be joining us tonight if he gets the opportunity. We're trying to arrange that for you guys. But did any or everybody get this email today? This is what I want to know. Did everybody get this email today? From Uber, how to keep your device updated. To ensure that the Uber app works optimally, your phone and Uber app must meet certain requirements. The app should always be updated. Devices should not have developer options enabled, and devices should not be altered GPS positioning.
Don't tell me what to do.
What the way this came across to me, right, in the email and in the app, is that your device might not be connecting to the app.
So not only is Google trying to control the way that I use my phone, but now Uber thinks that they can control whether or not I have developer options on.
Exactly.
Okay.
Well, I'm just saying that, the GPS thing I understand. Okay, the GPS thing I definitely understand. But it's strange because I have not been getting anywhere near the amount of Uber requests I should be getting. I'm getting like 1 or 2 a week, except for Saturday nights. The other 6 days out of the week, I'm not getting Uber requests. So then all of a sudden, I get a notification today in the app says your phone, your device might not be connecting to Uber. So I'm seeing here several people did get this.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah,
I got it in the app, not an email.
Okay, so this was the
Yeah,
email.
I got it in both.
Yeah, so I just wanted to bring that up to everybody's attention. If you didn't get it, expect it. Doesn't make sense though. Like, why blame me for why blame me on like it's my app? That's
Yep.
my fault.
Speak of the devil, I just got it.
And there it is. And there we go, y'all. Here we go.
The Uber app should always be updated. Yep, this is it.
All right. So,
in other words, if something's gonna happen, and they're gonna basically they're not gonna give you any rides. They're gonna say, "Oh, it's because your app has not been updated."
Yeah, but dude, I'm not getting any requests anyway. I mean, I said today, these guys know it. Omar knows it. The guys on the radio channel know it. I rode around. I even screen recorded it today. A half-hour screen record, riding through all kinds of surge, $11, $12, $14 surge with Uber on the platform choices. Busy on XL, busy on Premiere, busy on X. No requests coming through, just none whatsoever. So I don't know. What do you think, Steven? You think this notice coming out to all the drivers now through the app or through the email is maybe correlated to requests not being given to drivers?
I mean, we still have the other underlying thing with having more drivers on the road and whatnot, and lower requests. But I would definitely say, why not? Why, if they can just change the TOS on us at any point, and then if they can change what we are required to do in order to receive rides at any point, or say what things are going to limit us, why not in the back end without our knowledge, make it where we're getting less requests? I would not be surprised. It's definitely a huge possibility. Why not?
See, now maybe with Uber it's saturated. Okay, I could go for that, but it can't be saturated with Lyft, at least where I'm at. because I'm getting requests 7 miles away, 6 miles away, 5
Right.
miles away. And it's not like the requests are not paying out. They're paying out $1.90 a mile, $2 a mile, $2.10 a mile. It makes no sense that on one hand, us as drivers feel like it's oversaturated, but on the other hand, I'm getting these ass backwards requests from Timbuktu. Omar, you wanted to say something?
No, I saw something in the chat from Octavian, and I was gonna just, because I'm not connected to the chat right now, I would just say that that's actually normal because there really isn't a lot of drivers that hang out in Pepper Pines, and so it makes sense that you'd get a request from Weston because Weston is right there.
Weston? Well, he got one. Okay, so he lives in Weston. Octavian lives in Pembroke Pines, the west side of 75.
Yeah, so if you're west of 75, yeah, it makes sense. It's yeah.
But I'm just saying, that's just a little side note. So I know everybody's here. They want to know. All right, I guess we might as well get into it. The big question on everybody's mind is, and we'll start with Eddie, and we'll work our way around. What did you guys think about the interview last night? I mean, I've seen a lot of channels reacting to the interview, but and everybody obviously is entitled to their opinion. But what do you guys think, Eddie? Let's start with you.
I liked it. I really did like it. I really do not like the idea that I know he was trying to extend it, but 30 minutes, it was just, there was a lot that I wanted to know. It was just basically, it was talk, but I really want to give, he's only been in there for 4 months, but what I really want to know is what he's going to do. And hopefully he comes back in 6 months and things are better. But I really want to see something done. It was just, again, he was asking them other questions about things that are really going on, especially with those people that are using the Uber accounts that are not even their account, and all people are going in their cars and it's not their account. Somebody else called them the account, and he was basically telling them, was like, yeah, can people verify their accounts just like we do? Simple process. I mean, we have to do it all the time. Why can't they do it all the time? So when people get in your car, they know who you are. I'm sorry, you know who they are. And stop doing those stupid names that they put in there. But besides that, I don't know. 30 minutes was not long enough. It'd be nice if it was a little longer.
Okay. God, Omar.
You want?
Listen,
does anybody else have anything else to say?
I don't, because I haven't seen it. So
you can be completely honest, bro. That's the whole point of the program.
All right, so I have a few points here, and I'll try to go through them. And I apologize to everybody, but I have to skip out of the stream a little early tonight because I have some, there's some events going on here, so I'm gonna go and be online. So to Eddie's point, it was not long enough. And you know what? I should say this first and foremost because I know this is like a kick in the nuts every time somebody says this. They say something nice about somebody and then they set them up. So I got no issues with Sergio. So this is not a setup against Sergio in any way, shape, or form. Cool. I mean, shout out to him to be able to get this guy on the show because that just goes to show you the reach that he's building for himself. So, I can't knock Sergio. There are some other questions I would have liked, but I think I understand why Sergio went the way he did with the questions and everything. I mean, they won't come on this show because they'd have to ban me. So, yeah. But again, so I had some issues with the interview and the things that David had to say, but not Sergio. So I hope that I want to put this in context. And if Sergio's watching, please don't take anything I'm saying against you, my friend, because I don't know Sergio that well, but the little bit that I do know about him, I respect and like. So I'll just say, so in saying that, right, David kept changing the subject matter. He kept saying, oh, let me touch on that. And then when he would touch on it, he didn't touch on it. And then I'm extremely offended by the whole, well, get back to me in a year. A year? The fuck? A year? Listen, we got a guy in our Discord, shout out to Buddha, who picked up a programming book that somebody was throwing out. I didn't notice about him. See, this is why y'all should get in the chat, get into the Discord, because I learned this in our voice chat hangout that we had last week. He was like, bro, I know programming. He was showing me all kinds of stuff that he's programming. I'm like, what? I said, bro, you should be going to MIT or something, man. Dude, don't tell me that it takes 6 months to make changes in an application and you know what we're doing. Because Eddie just said it. They could change anything they want. Okay, Brandon, what happened to Brandon? Bought his Porsche at 26% and they effed him overnight. So
Yep.
I just, it was very insincere, his answers. Very political, very, hey, read the card, David, read the card. I mean, just, I was really bothered by how unsincere I felt that he was. So we didn't talk about upfront pricing. No, we did talk about upfront pricing. What we didn't talk about was Lux. Of course, everybody wanted to ask about that. But not just Lux, the different platforms. It felt like a Lyft Basic interview. Don't get me wrong. Shout out to all the Lyft Basic drivers. Eddie drives XL. Vinny drives XL. I drive XL. Steven has a black car. Who's that? The Driven Dad? Driven Dad, you have an XL, right? Or a car that qualifies?
Yeah,
Yeah, for it. Oh, okay. So yeah, there are. I think we count too, right? I mean, there was no discussion about upper platform, and then let's see the upfront pricing, right? We make less. Sergio had a great point. Man, he hit him with a nice little shot there. I did 200 rides for you guys, and I worked for free for how many hours? And David just totally went around that. Well, you know,
I saw that too.
are you?
I told you he was nervous.
Me? Yeah, dude. So that was probably the hardest that Sergio went into him, and I loved it, and I loved every second of it because I'm like, dude, come on. Well, with the upfront pricing and oh, hey, by the way, let me tell you right now, we're going to introduce some new BS where something about they're going to start, you know, charging waiting time by the second now or whatever. Don't tell me that. Tell me that we're going to fix this so that when me who likes to take the 30-mile rides that we get in my market, get, you know, and paid fairly. I had a Lux Black come through the other night that was paying $1.60 a mile. That's below the goddamn rate card. Oh my gosh.
Lux Black $1.60 a mile?
Dude, I'm telling you, I had to keep pausing. I just got home just as they were done doing the interview, so Sergio was still live. And so I listened to the live show and then I went back and started to watch the interview. I think about every 5 minutes or so, I had to pause for like 10 to 15 minutes because I wanted to take my phone and chuck it across my room. I just, gosh, again, shout out to Sergio for getting that interview, but man, oh gosh, I feel like we learned absolutely nothing.
I can
I
see
really
your mom
do.
like, that's a stupid question.
I really feel like I don't know if we made any progress. And I know if Sergio was here, he might argue differently, and I would love to hear from him if he does come on. Shout out to the RideShare guy. I subscribe to the channel. I suggest everybody else does. Again, like what they do. So again, this was just, I don't know if we were actually gonna, I mean, I didn't know what to expect, put it that way. So I didn't, so, and I'll just say one last thing so I can get off my high horse here. Everyone asking about the photo ID thing, right? I'm surprised he didn't give the typical political answers that they've given before. I want everyone to understand something. I'm going to give you 4 things. And the last one I'm going to say, Vinny, it might trigger you. So please, this is not meant to trigger you, Vinny. But some of you guys are not going to like the last answer I give you. The photo ID thing.
I'll be ready to put them on timeout.
The photo ID thing is ease of access. They want people to be able to download the app and use it right away. That is why they are never going to do an ID for the passenger. So that's number 1. Number 2, it's PR. It's negative PR. They don't want, if they have to do some sort of check process that takes 5 minutes or even 10 minutes to get on the app.
They have to admit that that it's possible passengers are a problem.
Yeah. If they did this, right? If they did this, think about it. I can hear the crying father or the crying mother somewhere that says, my son or daughter was out, you know, in wherever, downtown, wherever, and they needed to get a ride, and they had to download the app and show an ID, and they couldn't show an ID, so they had to start walking home, and they got picked up by somebody and raped. Like, that's the negative PR that they want to avoid. They want to make it so that you can download the app and get a ride. That used to be the advertisement for them. Download the ride, get an app. That used to be what they were all about. So that's number 2. Number 3, they want to sell the BS narrative that the app is safe. Okay, it's all about us. Hey, download our app, use our service. We background check the drivers. You won't have to worry about anything. Again, download the app and you'll be online within 30 seconds. That used to be their marketing scheme. I'm really surprised David didn't even, he was given a golden opportunity to market his own company and market safety, and he didn't. I'm really surprised he jumped over it. And here's the thing that's going to trigger you guys, right? Again, I talked about negative PR. There's a racism aspect of this. Please, again, I'm not saying this, but there is a real racist aspect of this. I have to show my ID. That's racist. Do I agree with that? No. But that's the world that we live in right now with the whole, why do I have to have an ID? Why do I have to do this? Someone is going to bring that negative PR to Lyft or Uber about why do I have to identify myself? I can walk into an Apple store and not identify myself. I can go here, I can go there and not identify myself. Why is it that I need an ID to use this particular app? So
I have an answer.
Again, no, I go ahead, Benny. No problem. I'm done. I'm just saying, if anybody's wondering why don't the passengers need ID, that's why. I just gave you 4 real reasons why the company will never. I will be shocked if they ever make passengers submit a government ID to use Lyft or Uber. And I'm done.
I don't disagree with anything you just said. The only thing that I would take back on is why drivers have to show their ID is for insurance reasons, so that the person who they're actually insuring, the background check that's been issued for that driver based on the insurance, the amounts that are being paid for that driver, that would be my thing. I don't think that would fall under a racial.
That makes sense.
I think that's just a dollar and cents thing.
No, but Ray, I'm saying the passengers. I'm not saying the drivers. Of course, we have to get ID. That makes sense. What you're saying. I'm just saying the passengers. Some passenger will make a big stink about it on Twitter or wherever, and where we going.
All right, hold on. I'll be right back.
But what I would add to what he just said is, wait a second. But
FBI is at Vinny's door. Oh shit.
Yeah, he's getting swatted right now.
He's getting swatted.
But the problem with that is that, okay, what about, we all know that there's people that are utilizing other people's accounts. They've got 3, 4, 5 phones utilizing another person's account in order to use this app. So if we're talking about being insured and being safe in that regard, wait a second, they haven't found any way or created any method in order to restrict random individuals from using people's accounts and pretending like they're such and such driver.
Remember when they first came
that's what I'm talking about with the IDs.
When they first came on with the taking the picture of yourself, people would take a picture on a second phone and scan that phone because the phone camera couldn't discern whether it was a 2D photo or if it was a 3D photo. It still can't. So, there has to be some sort of, and we know it's not, but there has to be some type of, what do they call it? Honesty amongst thieves or whatever the hell that cliche is. That's the one thing when I would come to that.
Sergio had a great point. Sergio said, listen,
he'll be here in 10 minutes.
He said you put in the name killer, and that might sound cute to you, but it don't sound cute to me at 3 o'clock in the morning. And I was like, dead on, 100%.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Fingerprint readers,
exactly
you're not going to pull a fingerprint reader. There are very few.
Be here in 10 minutes, by the way.
Some people were even able to put emojis in there. I don't even know how the hell they were able to do that.
What?
Yeah, I had a couple of clients on the regular X, on X, not on Lyft, on Uber, and they were able to put emojis in there. I was like, how the hell would you get this in there? And they were like, I put it in there, and they allowed it. I was like, okay.
All right. I want to try to catch up with some of these chats. Tony, I'd like to get your opinion, sir. How did you feel about the interview? And I know you were modding the thing, so you can talk about that after. How many people you get to go out?
On the modding thing, I definitely was on the phone, so Zach Drives Fast was just picking them off before I could even get my fat fingers to do anything.
Gotcha. Oh, here he is. Sergio has joined us. We want to welcome
Sergio.
What's up, boys? Can you guys hear me?
It's good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we
Yeah,
hear you.
yeah, we hear you
can hear
good.
you.
Yeah.
Well,
yo-
I found a 5G spot, so I'm not moving for about half hour. So you guys know.
It looked like there were a lot of people watching that live stream too, which is awesome.
Yeah. How's it going, everybody?
Very good.
There he
And
is.
so?
Very good, sir.
Hi, sir.
Okay, I'm not moving the phone. That's it.
Okay, you set? Okay, Sergio, can you hear us? All right.
Yeah, I can hear you guys.
Okay. Thank you for coming on. We appreciate you. We are discussing because as soon as we went live, that's what everybody's been wanting to know about our reaction.
Okay. Okay.
And I know there are a ton of reactions going around the gig world right now.
That's how I know I made it to big time, baby. There's like reactions of a reaction. I'm like, yeah, I made it now. I'm like, hey.
We were just about to ask Tony his opinion on the interview, so I would like to continue with that, and then I want to let you do your thing.
Tony, you did a great job kicking people off, buddy.
I got like 2. Zach was taking them out too fast.
Yeah, Zach was fast.
I think he was on his computer though. It was unfair. He had a mouse clicker and I had my fat fingers.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought that Sergio did a good job of pushing in on David, but David is a CEO and he knows he's a politician.
Yep.
He knows how to avoid and redirect, and he knows he's got a time clock on his side, so there's only so much redirection that you can bring back as the interviewer. But I think that the biggest thing is that Sergio was able to go in on him a little bit, as well as still build rapport, so that he even offered himself up, even though it's kind of lame to say a year from now. But I think that he has a respect for Sergio that he is willing to do another interview.
Hope so.
And that's my takeaways.
Okay. Sergio, brother,
Yeah, bud.
the floor is yours. And
No, okay, so there's look, there's obviously reactions, and then we had over 700 people watching it live, and obviously we did good enough job to get the stuff out there. So kudos to the team, which did a great job. But you, first of all, I think I'm gonna go like.
Oh no, we lost him.
we got a freezer.
Get a
He said
screenshot.
he said he wasn't gonna move, but I bet you he moved, man. Okay.
I didn't move.
Okay, there he is.
Okay, I didn't move, buddy.
You
I
got
didn't
your
move.
AC on? You got your AC on the phone?
I did not move. Am I moving? Okay, no, I didn't move.
No,
Okay, so first off, I appreciate everybody obviously watching and chiming in. It's not every day that people interview CEOs of multi-billion-dollar companies. So now I think I'm going to make this more a little bit about a reality check for every gig worker on the planet. I think everybody's expectations when it comes to rideshare or delivery, as far as earnings are concerned, is absolutely bonkers. It's absolutely way too high. Everybody wants to get back the good old days. Those days are never coming back. Once, as a gig worker or a rideshare driver, you accept that, I think you're going to be a happier driver. That's number one. Number two, when people want, like I didn't watch the chat. I watched it afterwards, went through the interview a couple times. A lot of people are talking about Lux. Here's the deal. Once you also guys figured out that you absolutely have no control over what you're doing, you're also going to be a very happy driver. Because somehow people are thinking that, well, I went and bought a Lux car, they just fucked me. And I'm like, yeah, because you have to realize you have no control over what you make. And you have no control over what platform you will be on tomorrow. So instead of, people asking me Lux, now I'm going to give you guys some data. This is proprietary data that I have that I'm pretty sure none of you have. Only 6% on the Lyft platform, the trips are on Lux. 6%. 4% are higher platforms. 90% is standard trips. Now, why would I, first of all, go ask David Risher anything about Lux, which is already a done deal, and waste my precious 30 minutes? Zero chance of that happening. I get the frustration, but it's not on you guys. You have no control. They're going to do what they're going to do. And they did it. Am I happy about it? If I had a Lux car? No. Now, in this group, all of you drive Lux and above. Okay. Well, how do you know tomorrow that they're not going to change the higher platforms that you guys are on? You don't know. Now, you did the smart decision to drive for Lux and make more money than standard. Granted. But again, it goes back to no control. You have none. And a lot of people are misguided that they think Lyft owes them something by keeping those cars on that platform. Now, Lyft doesn't owe any driver anything. And I think Vinny said that quite often. Nobody owes you anything. If you're just feeling that you got screwed over, I feel for you, but I think, again, if you figure out that you have no control, I think you'll be better off. And the third thing I want to say, then I'll answer you guys' questions about the particulars, is doing these things takes time. Setting him up takes time. And this definitely was not a scripted interview. So I can give you guys that. I had 3 packages. And when he was in the green room, before he came on live, I asked him, I go, Mr. Risher, then he says, please call me David. I go, okay. David, I have 3 packages here, 30-minute package, 45-minute package, and an all-you-can-eat package. Which one do you want? And he was laughing. He goes like, I think I'm going to go with the 30-minute package. I go, okay. So I pulled out my 30-minute package. There are fundamental issues in the rideshare industry that have been going on for the past decade. And nothing has changed. Meaning, lower and lower earnings. 1, safety. 2, unjust deactivations. 3, and obviously we all have dealt with these fucking support bots. So my goal in that 30 minutes was, as a first interview, was first of all, make sure that I speak to these topics, because these topics have not been fixed. It's been the same for a decade. And again, I somehow think people's expectations are that he's going to come and announce that we're all going to go to Seattle rates, $1.50 a mile and 62 cents a minute. I assure you, people, even if he did that, they'll still be complaining. There'll be people, because then they'll be complaining, oh, we don't want legislation. Oh, we don't want this. Oh, we don't. I think like the rideshare drivers need to get a brake check and reality check on themselves and say that, look, man, this is what it is. I'm doing it for part-time, full-time, putting food on the table. I think you guys have to realize that. Now, once you realize that, I think everybody will have a better time. Now, actually, one other thing. There is a gig community out there, okay, that we think we are listened to. Let's give you some numbers. So between us, the professor, put all the gig tubers together, including delivery, is 500,000 subscribers. As we all know, an average lifespan of a rideshare driver is 8 months, and you're all veterans, but unfortunately, that's a true number. It's probably lower, but let's get at 8 months. How many of those people are still around that are going to listen to you and learn something from you? None. Maybe half. So you're talking a group of 250,000 cherry-picking drivers, because I'm pretty sure everybody on our channels are cherry pickers, versus there are people out there that are happy-go-lucky, doing what they're doing, putting food on their table, Let it be full time, let it be part time, and working, hustling. Because is the earnings trend good? No. What did you guys expect for this guy to come on and announce? Like, yes, we're gonna get rid of unjust deactivations. We're gonna make safety better. We're gonna have all passengers background checked. We're gonna have Seattle earnings throughout the country, and we're gonna fix support every time you pick up. You're gonna talk to a human at a 3 billion per quarter trip scale. I'm like, no, none of these are gonna happen. However, where I think the complaining is right is, we talked about this again. I don't want to filibuster too much because I want to answer your questions. Is there is a community out there that are maybe 10 million gig workers in the US active. I'm talking rideshare and food delivery. 10 million. And we're talking to only to 250,000.
If we're
Out of those 10 million, I'm pretty sure a majority are pretty happy doing what they're doing because these companies have afforded them somehow to put food on the table. Unfortunately, in our society today, everything has to be this drama and negativity or whatever. And, there are people who are doing what they're doing happily. Yes, they can get deactivated tomorrow, obviously, unjustly. This is a horrible thing, and we're going to try to fix it. But I am more concerned about the expectations. Very high. The expectations are too high on everybody's part. What these companies owe you. Look, these companies are trying to be profitable. You all are trying to be profitable. Their opinion versus yours is diametrically opposed to each other. In that world, in a two-sided or three-sided marketplace that food delivery or rideshare is, the only way these people are going to be profitable is charge as much as they can, pay as little as they can, and that's the trend that we have. And it's going to continue that way. And I'll have some breaking news for you guys, in California especially. And these algorithms are being set up to pay people nothing more. We have Prop 22 in California. These algorithms with upfront fares algorithm is set up to lower everybody's earnings all the way down to the 22 to 24 bucks an hour gross level for rideshare. Why is that? Because Prop 22 is funded by the consumer. Nobody knows about it. Nobody talks about it. And these companies are going to make money hand over fist. And they're pushing one in Massachusetts now. It's on the ballot. They're coming in Illinois now. This is their playbook. I'm giving you guys the playbook. Now, how can we stop this? Legislation, regulation. And I'm going to do everything in my power to do it. So now I've said my piece, and I'll answer your guys' questions.
Anybody got any questions so far? I haven't seen a whole lot of questions. I'm seeing a lot of agreement with Sergio.
By the way, yesterday I was not reading the chat. Today I'm not reading the chat because my eyeglasses cannot fucking see that little phone chat. So yesterday's chat I was not involved at all because I was like, if I look at one single comment, I'm gonna get off track and I'm gonna be all screwed. So that was it.
I'm just hoping that he actually comes back.
There's a lot in the chat. I can't even go. I got to go way back. There's a lot in the chat.
So the one exception I'll take was what you just said, Sergio. When everybody was asking about Lux, and I realized, and I had to catch myself this morning and pull myself back because I understand that everything you are trying to do is uncharted pathway. It's never been done. As old as rideshare is, the decade old that it is now, there's still a lot of things that are new to everybody. So what you're doing, bro, props, congrats. I've always told you I'm behind you 100%. We all are. The exception yesterday was with the Lux question in the chat. I get it. It wasn't on the table to be discussed because
it's done. It's done, Vinny. It's done. There's nothing you can do about it. I can ask him, why did you do this to Lux? He goes, well, it's done. He's going to give you the same answer I'm giving you because I talk to Lyft every week. They said, Serge, it's only 5% of the platform. We think we're gonna get more customers. That's all.
I'm not debating that aspect with you.
Yeah.
Where I take the exception is when you said it was 6%. Well, 6%
Yeah.
of 10 million, 6% of 10 million is a lot, or 6% of 3 million. It's a
Yeah,
lot
but
of money.
I get
There's
it. I
nothing
get it.
against
I'm
I'm
telling
with
you, Vinny. I wish. Look, if I knew this was coming, then I could have asked him, "Hey, man, you're about to do this. Why the fuck are you doing this?" Except that this is already signed, sealed, and delivered.
Oh no,
I'm not gonna
I
waste a
agree.
minute of my 30 minutes on something that already took place. That's
Sergio,
yesterday. Let's look
Sergio,
forward.
Sergio.
Yeah.
Sergio, time out. I'm not saying you should have.
Yeah.
My exception was not that you didn't ask. I understood why you didn't ask.
Okay.
Same thing like with this with the women plus thing, right? Whatever. That's gonna phase itself out. I'm not even, at first I was a little pissed off like everybody, and then I thought about it. I'm like, that shit ain't gonna last. It ain't gonna last with this shit anyway.
Yeah.
Well, I get all that, and you're right. I do say it. I've been saying it for years, right? Little old us. We've been saying it for years. You got no control over nothing these apps decide to do.
Not a thing.
You better look out for yourself because ain't nobody else going to look out for you. So you got to.
And you know what? You guys did by moving up to the higher platforms when you guys did before the heyday was over, right? So you guys figured out. You guys saw the writing on the wall individually and collectively that we're going to drive higher platforms because this shit is dying over there. Standard and X is dying, but you have no control. So I'm none. So. But I think, honestly, there is a huge community out there, seriously, that are driving, that are hustling, that are doing what they do to put food on the table. And if there is things to be changed, it has to be changed for those people, not for a hand select full of people who are doing lugs. And, they're going to lose a shit ton of money. I feel for the guy who just bought a Tesla Model Y to do lugs. I feel for it. His earnings just got cut. And they have notes on these cars and whatever they have. I get it. But, I'm like, I honestly, I think for myself, after watching it twice more, we had like shit ton of feedback, obviously, right? I want to stay with the positives. I think, I would say 85% plus of the commentary and emails I got today, and my email box was blowing up this morning. And it was like, Sergio, you did a good job. You hit on the topics that, to be hit. And 6 months later, when this guy comes back and and I already talked to him this morning and I said, I appreciate it. And he goes, oh, it was good, Serge. He goes like, we promise you, we're going to work together, do things for you guys. I'm like, listen, man, he says 6 months. You don't come back 6 months and deliver, I'm just going to pound the fuck out of you. And I mean, that's what's going to happen. And now, is that going to change anything? Me pounding the guy? Not really. They're still going to do what they're going to do, right? So I honestly think expectations are too high on earnings at the moment, with as oversaturated as the markets are. And there is a very, very big group of people, and probably more than 60, 70%, who are happy doing what they're doing because honestly, they're not qualified to do anything else. And they don't have the education base. They don't have it. And these companies are providing them a living and they're doing it. Now, they're doing it getting fucked. That's reality. But if anything I can do to help these people, this bigger majority, to make their lives better, yeah, absolutely. That's what my goal is. My goal is not like 5% of the group that like got screwed. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm trying to save the 70% that's getting screwed every day. So, that's where it was. And honestly, this Vinny and all the boys. I respect you all individually, obviously. Otherwise, I wouldn't have come on. And it's not a defensive thing. What it is that I give this guy actually kudos. By the way, did you guys know that it was the first time a CEO of a multi-billion-dollar company did a live stream on YouTube? You guys cannot find another one. And I give this guy props to come on. And I give him all the credit to open the door. And I'm going to give you guys a tidbit. I have very high contacts at Uber. And first 2 emails this morning were from those 2 contacts. One is the head of PR at Uber. She says, I watched the whole thing. You were respectful, but you hit all the burning questions drivers are asking us as well. And he goes, the boss watched it. And I think I think there is a very good chance he's going to come on. I go, yeah, because I didn't bite the guy's head off. I was respectful, and he deserves respect. He's the CEO of a fucking company. And a lot of people talking trash. What a piece of shit he is. What are you talking about? The guy fucking is a Harvard graduate. The guy he's not here because he's got a fucking amazing smile, which he fucking does. My wife even liked his fucking smile. I was like, my wife watched the interview in her car because I told everybody I don't want anybody in the car. I want the whole internet for myself. No fucking Wi-Fi, no gaming, no nothing. And luckily we didn't get cut off. My wife goes, I watched it live because I couldn't just stop looking at his face and his wonderful, charming smile. I'm like, fuck that shit. You just fuck like a bunch of fucking people over here. So to me, I was like, hey, I mean, seriously, man, he didn't have to do any of this. You guys realize that, right? He didn't have to 100%, at all.
100%.
We know, but I was surprised. I was surprised that he actually showed up.
I won a $5 bet from a knucklehead that he was in the chat. I bet he's not going to come on. I go, I'm going to fucking Venmo me $5 now because he didn't come on.
Did
you
get the 5?
Not yet. I'm waiting. Whoever you are, you know who you are.
$4.99.
$5 Venmo.
Listen, at the end of the day, I mean, there's got to be. It would be really interesting if you got DK on the show.
Oh, he's coming on. He's coming on. Not this year. Not this year. I know not this year because he's got some other shit that he's working on because he's like in a part of a massive lawsuit. They're going to depose him for like 8 days in a row. So, yeah, he's coming on.
You did offer yourself to work for him for nothing.
I did.
Take that offer?
I mean, you're already working for nothing,
yet.
so I mean.
Yeah, probably. But no, actually on those 200 trips that I gave him, Lyft lost like combined $1,200. So I was
that's another thing I didn't touch on was the regulatory thing where he says, oh, the regulatory and the fees and the insurance. I'm like, per fucking ride? Are you fucking kidding me? You guys are all the costs are fixed. And then they're pocketing the change on each ride. Oh, I got
No, I know. Again,
okay, so you're okay. It's his answers that absolutely
but again, your expectations were too high that he was going to say something revolutionary. Maybe. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So now, on the insurance side, I have clarification. I'll give you guys that tidbit as well. Lyft just signed a long-term insurance contract with their carriers, and they are saying that we're going to see less of a premium going forward for at least a year and a half. On the Uber side, I did 10 trips last weekend just to prove my fucking contact wrong at Uber. And literally in California, this is no joke, commercial insurance line item on each trip was $1 per mile. One.
Holy.
And I was like, yep, $1 a mile. I have all the receipts. I'm going to actually talk about it next Show Me the Money next week.
The insurance costs more than they make?
Than what we make? $1 a mile. $1 a mile. And I was like, what the F? And she goes, well, Serge, really not making any money in California, actually. I'm like, that's good. I'm going to short the fuck out of Uber stock now. But, so, and then she goes, look, I had a suspicion that they're keeping that commercial insurance line item high to lower the service fee so the drivers don't get pissed off looking at the take rate and log off and go to Lyft, right? Mm-hmm. I had a suspicion that the booking fee was in there, right? Because the booking fee is dynamic and it's charged to the passenger trip by trip and it's never paid to the driver. So guess what, people? Yesterday I did a trip because she says, Serge, we changed it. I go, great, let's see it. Well, sure enough, guess what that line item says now? It doesn't say commercial insurance anymore. It says booking fee now. Oh, I go, it does. You guys see it next week on the screenshot. He goes, it says booking fee, and booking fee, it says commercial insurance in there, credit card fees are in there, and the customer's booking fees in there. So I go, oh, so I was right all the time. You guys were fucking hiding this in there to make your take rate look low. So I go, now, actually, what I want you guys to do, I want you to do an exact breakdown of that fucking line item. Booking fee 5, commercial insurance 3, credit card fee 80 cents. I go, now break it down. And they said, we'll look into it. I'm like, okay, because I go, Tuesday is coming up. I said, I'm going to talk about it. So listen, man, I'm telling you, I'm not telling you anything that you guys probably don't know, but I swear to Jesus, I have weekly meetings with these fucking people. You know, this is the thing. It has opened my eyes so much last 2.5 months since that LA Times fucking article when I fucked them for a few $100 million.
Right.
They started listening. They're all coming around. They go like, "Hey, Serge, what's up?" I'm like, "No, nothing. What's up with you?" Here's the deal. When I have these meetings, I have clearly now understood their fucking mindset, which has actually helped me to realize that we're all fucked unless, look, we're either going to be happy fucked or sad fucked. So I go, okay, now I got to start thinking like these assholes over there. And now I got to change my game plan because I fully understand now what's happening there. Talking to these people, the way they talk, the way they write, the cryptic shit that they send you. And like an idiot, I'm sending him a screenshot. I'm like, no more. I go, this is what's going to happen. You guys play that game. I want to play that game. Now we'll see what happens because honestly, I'm inside now, boys. I'm inside with both companies, and I'm not talking fucking janitors inside or Philippine support inside. I'm talking high up there, okay? And they all are listening. I'm telling you, when we say it on the show, people think, nobody's listening. I'm like, oh, they're listening. And honestly, one credit I have to give it to them is they're changing shit. Like there was literally, like I'll give you an example. There was a driver in Vegas who sends me this shit. You know, they commingled now. Uber X shared with Uber X now, right?
Yeah.
So they put a $5 boost on in Vegas, and for an hour, the guy did like 4 shared trips. They didn't pay him his fucking boost. The guy emails me to me like 10 screenshots. And he goes, Serge, look, they're not paying the boost, but in the definition, it clearly says on the Uber app, Uber X shared trips will get paid the boost and surge and blah, blah, blah. On the first leg only, not on the second leg. I got you. I sent it to him. Seriously, within 2 days, they paid the guy on an individual basis. So they are listening. They are doing things. But power is so much. But I've understood. They're just out there to fuck us all. And I'm like, you know, I just kind of play the game now, and I honestly, I think I'm glad I'm doing it.
Here's the question for you then.
In those 2 days, they invested that money though. You know, it's
Yeah, but that's none of your business. They fucked it, and that's just one driver. And you know what they did when I sent it to her? She
So
goes, let's run a whole tab now of all the drivers in the Vegas neighborhood that got affected by this and correct everybody's at the same time. So instead of Omar, instead of thinking so small that they fucked me, never paid me, or they fucked me, held on to my money and collected the interest. That's small thinking. Think about the bigger picture. Everybody got their fucking boost that they weren't going to get until this guy sent it to me and I sent it to them and everybody got paid. Which one do you want? Never get paid or worry about what they made? You know what I mean?
You didn't say everybody got paid. You made it sound like one person got paid. That's
No, that was one person. One person's email had them run a whole fucking system checked, and I am sure there were a whole bunch of people because if it happened, you know, there's no glitches in Uberland. If one person happened, I am sure there were hundreds of drivers that they got paid. So,
and then what about the third scenario where nobody said anything and everybody just got screwed and nobody knows about it or nobody said anything significant to make anything change?
Exactly. So we're doing good things, bro. I'm serious. We are. I'm really proud of it. I'm proud of having this guy on, and I'm gonna hold his feet to the fire. You know, Eddie, he didn't offer me a job yet, so don't worry. And I said that free, and then I thought, you know, what if this fucking guy offers me a job or shut me up or something? And I said free. Now I have to fucking sign a free contract. I thought about that.
Listen, the only thing you got to worry about is the non-disclosure agreements. Okay, those are the ones you want to run from. Stay away from the credentials and the non-disclosure agreements. That's
I guess. Okay, I'm enjoying this. So you guys have 15 more minutes. Ask me questions about yesterday.
This has to do with Uber. But did you figure out how this Uber Boost thing works?
Yeah, I did. I had to read it like 4 times, and then I got Chris on the line. I go, can you fucking understand this? He goes, we read it 3 more times, and we're reasonably literate people. I was like, he goes, oh, this is what this looks like. I'm like, oh yeah, you're right. And like, okay, like right in the show yesterday, he came up with a great question. So he goes, boost is 11 p.m. to 12 a.m. Right? So now another bait and switch thing is like, what if you accept a chip with this new, what is it called now? There's fucking so many. Active Time Boost Plus. Like, looks like a fucking detergent. And I'm like, okay. I go, what if he goes, I received the trip request at 11:59, 1 minute before the 12 o'clock clock. So is that, let's say you have a $5 Boost Plus for that active hour. So are they going to pay you for that 1 single minute because the clock stopped at 12? Or did you accept? And if you did a trip, they're going to pay you for the whole active hour that could have lasted until 12:20 a.m. I don't know. I didn't know the answer. Oh, you did one?
I actually did it. I did 3. I was able to do 3 deliveries. I mean, 3 trips on the Boost. The first one, hold on, let me pull it up here. The first one was, and I don't know if you'll be able to see this, but I hope you can.
I can't see shit.
Okay, all right.
Oh, I can.
My first trip was an XL trip.
With this new Boost Plus?
Correct. With the Boost Plus, it was a $4 Boost Plus.
For 60 minutes?
Correct.
But Eddie, make it full screen because we can't see all the details, man.
I have no idea what the fuck I'm looking at. Oh, okay, there you go. That's the zone. Okay.
Okay.
$4.
$4. All right.
Yeah.
I did the trip. XL trip, $10. There was a surge of $225 surge, which there was no surge. It's just the surge just popped up.
Okay.
And the Boost was 65 cents.
How long was the trip? I mean, how long was this trip? Active time?
It was an 8-minute, 2-second trip, 1.5, 1.5.
No, but that's period 3. How long did it take you to get to the passenger?
Well, the duration was it was 8 minutes.
Okay, that's active time. Active time. Okay, on the app it only shows you the period 3 part. Unfortunately, it doesn't tell you the active time.
Correct, and it was a 4:15. I picked up. It says 4:15 p.m. The time requested was at 4:15. Actually, I picked them up at 4:17.
Okay, so 2 minutes, 10 minutes basically, and then it's $4. So for each 10 minutes, you're gonna get paid about 6 times 6. Yeah, about 65 cents. Yeah, they paid you 65 cents.
Okay, yeah, correct. And then I did another one, which I was in the zone.
Yeah.
I was in the zone. It was now I went Uber X. I want to see what Uber X pays.
Okay.
And this one was a $7.51, and it was $1.03 Boost.
And this must have been like maybe 12, 15 minutes or something.
This was a 14-minute ride, 3.3 miles.
Exactly. So now we figured it out. That's what you need to do. You go. Okay. That's another cut because nowhere in the fucking planet you have $1 Boost anywhere. Like in LA, the Boost that I see, 253, 354 sometimes per trip, not per fucking active hour, per trip. I go like, that's a fucking cut. So if I did 3 trips on $3 Boost, that's $9. So under this system, I have to be 60 minutes active to get that $6. So this is another cherry picking killer right here. 1. This is another one. Set your DF within 1 mile to collect all the shorties. 2. This is a ant fucking juice heaven. 3, because most of them will not understand it. They go, oh, look, $6. I'm like, yeah, you just got like 40 cents, you fucking idiot. But I'm like, yeah, that's another cut. So welcome to the no control world of rideshare.
Yep. It's funny. I did one more after that, which ended at it started at the time. It was like 4 minutes until the hour finished.
Yeah.
All right. It was I think this is a regular X, right? It was going to the airport 12.81. That's how much it cost. $12.81 to the airport. 22 minutes, 7.3 miles. And
how much did they pay you on this one?
It was a 4:57 p.m. It was an Uber X. It was a 4:57, 3 minutes before the Boost ended.
Okay.
And after I finished the ride, I actually got a $2.01 boost on it.
Yeah. So they are paying if it goes
They are
past the
paying
clock, which
after.
is good. Which is good. Okay, thank you, Eddie. See, I didn't know. I was actually going to send this to Uber tomorrow, which was like, what the fuck? And then now I don't have to. Now I understand it. Okay, cool. It's definitely a cut. So this new way is a cut. So you guys know. There you go.
Yay, more cuts.
All right. So seriously, more questions. Come on now. Yesterday, forget this shit. That like, what part of me what I said do you guys not agree? Do you guys think expectations in the driver community are too high about what they're supposed to make?
Yes and no.
That's not an answer. That's a David Richer answer.
I agree.
How about that? Let me interview you now for 10 minutes. Let's see where you go with that.
Get his ass.
I agree that there's a fundamental issue. I agree that Lyft doesn't owe us anything when we bought, upper platform.
Now I'm gonna fucking smoke in my car just because of you. God damn.
Okay.
No,
And yes, the average life of some of these people is 8 months. Right. Okay.
Yeah.
But the expectation shouldn't be that I can get rich doing this. But the expectation should be that I can at least pay for gas, that I can at least afford my cost, my end of it.
Yes.
And listen, and I feel sorry for the person who's driving a 2020 Toyota Camry on 9% interest rate or a Porsche on 26% interest rate. I mean, I feel bad for those people.
I am not sure where this is going. Okay, buddy, listen.
But
I'm telling you, I'm giving you their playbook.
Okay, let me ask you, Sergio, what should the expectation be then? What should the expectation be?
$22 to $25 an hour. $22 to $25 an hour gross.
No matter what platform?
No matter, right?
No, I didn't say that. This is for the majority of the people, which is 90% of people.
For the tier one platforms, regular.
Yes, sir. Uber X, and standard.
Okay.
Yeah. 22 to 25 before expenses. If you're figuring your expenses, okay, average car, beater cars, $4 an hour to run with gas prices these days. My car, $67 an hour to run, including depreciation and maintenance and everything, insurance. Okay, so you're at like minimum wage. There you go.
Yep. And these gas prices are played over here, Serge.
Vinny,
I asked them. I go, are you going to put a fuel surcharge? You kind of shined that one off.
He gave you the runaround on that one.
That's okay.
Vinny, we might have to change the name of the channel to the Don't RideShare Garage. Don't do this.
But again, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but there is okay, boys. There is 80% of the people are doing rideshare, and they're happy about it because they feel certain flexibility and freedom. Not that it exists, but that's what they feel. And they're driving 40 hours a week, $25 an hour in a city like LA. I'm sure in Poughkeepsie, Idaho, wherever the fuck that is, they're making 18 gross. But in LA, if you fucking accept every trip, okay, I've seen numbers on this from Uber, not from fucking cherry pickers. It's $22 to $27 an hour online time. All right? If you accept every trip, that's what the algo is going to feed you. So let's average it to $25 an hour. You work 40 hours, that's 1,000. Take a couple hundred for expenses, 800. Times 4, 3,200. In no other fucking W-2 job with a modicum of fucking freedom and flexibility, you're gonna make $3,200.
And that's the hook. That's what gets all the people wanting to do this. And then they have that. Hold on, Omar. And then they have that really good month where they reach some kind of ignorant number for the month. They got them hooked, and now for the next 11 months, they're like crackheads chasing the fucking pipe that Joe Biden.
Yeah, that's like Vinny. That's like me hitting a 350-yard golf drive downhill with a 80-mile-an-hour wind behind me once in my life, and then I'm going like, that's the average. I'm gonna hit 350. Fuck you. No, you're gonna hit 210. That's it. That's what you're capable of. And so that's why I don't want to insult people here. I really don't. But I think their expectations are way too high to what the industry is and where it stands. So
I'll push back on just one thing and say that.
Yes, sir.
I don't know any happy drivers. So I don't know where you're getting that number.
You are absolutely 1,000,000% incorrect on that. I can actually introduce you to.
I can name a whole bunch of people, and Vinny knows them too. We got my buddy Richie. We got my buddy my buddy Saul, my buddy Asher, a guy who basically, I give credit to this guy. He basically flipped his life around during COVID. He took my advice and learned something new, and he's doing that new thing because it's like, I can't make any money during Uber. I
Okay,
cannot make any money during
great,
Uber anymore. I know
great.
tons
I
of
hope
people.
that's
Sergio,
why everybody
yeah,
lasts 8 months.
Stop doing this. And no,
Yeah.
these people lasted longer than 8 months, Sergio. That's what I'm saying. So I'll
Okay.
push back a little bit on that until I see it for myself. I don't know anybody that's happy doing this.
I can
really don't.
absolutely look. We put them on our channel. Go watch our Behind the Wheel series. Everybody's happy doing what they're doing.
What's your
Seriously,
favorite
bro.
man's name? Oh, Jeff.
Yeah. No. I mean, I'm serious. Look, you know what? People do this for different reasons. One guy is
Yeah.
retired. One guy is whatever. And Kyle was in that fucking heyday behind the wheel. He was pulling in $3,000 a week with his Tesla.
Mhm.
Chicago driver was making $3,000 a week. I had him on the show yesterday. He's down to 2,200, but he's still happy about it because he goes, Serge, I'm not educated. I had a warehouse job. Where can I fucking make 2,200 gross? Take 500 out expenses because he drives, a Lincoln. And I go, 1,700 net. He goes, Serge, it's 6,000-7,000 a month. Where am I going to make that kind of money? Yes, I'm working 70 hours a week for it, but I can't do this anywhere else. I'm like, yeah, there you go. There are a lot of honestly, I think the community that we're in are all about fuck this. And I know for a fact that not everybody is complaining and they're doing their job and they're going at it until they burn out or blow their car out. And then, that's it. So there are people who like what they're doing. Trust me.
I agree with that last part. Till they burn out or blow their car up. One
Yeah,
or two.
exactly.
One or two is a definitive thing that's going to happen. Yes.
100%. And again, I think the best advice I can give to any rideshare driver who's going to start now, don't.
Yeah.
Second one is going to be, please, if you are, please use
Don't buy
these
a new
apps.
car.
Please don't ever even think about that. Please use these apps for something. Have a plan B. Okay, I'm going to do this for a year hard, work hard, save every penny I can save, and fucking go open a small business or do something else with my life. Because this is not a career. This is not.
The bottom line. All right, Omar. Appreciate you coming in, and Omar's gonna go off. He's gonna try to go catch a concert. It's John Meyer over at the Hard Rock.
I gotta go make my 22 an hour. So thank you, Sergio.
I hope you're making more than that. So
Yeah, I hope so too. But like I said, I've been saying this. Lower your expectations. Vinny knows this. I've been saying this year after year. Lower your expectations.
100%. Lower your expectations.
I'm with you there. So
until we pass legislation everywhere, and then fuck these people in the you know where. So
well, that's going to be my question for you. That's going to be the last question I want for you for tonight, Sergio.
Yes, sir.
You don't have to answer this.
I will answer it.
No, because you might. Listen, I know you're a deep thinker at times, and I know you're very financial, and I know you're financially savvy. Okay, is there a place where you see these apps being profitable?
Yes.
As well as keeping the drivers somewhat satisfied. I didn't say happy. I said satisfied.
Is there a place that these apps are profitable? Absolutely. They're on their way. The algorithm is working wonderfully. Charging as much as they can, paying as little as they can. So they have finally, after a decade, which I thought they would go faster, they figured out, you know what? Let's just recreate the wheel. Fuck the rate card. In what part of the chat? You see, I had like more questions like this with this guy, but of course we didn't have time. Yeah, I was going to ask him. I go, in what part of the fucking world, Mr. Vischer, with all the respect, in the transportation industry, fucking airplane, hold on. In the transportation industry, that time and distance is not important. That you fuckers have to recreate the wheel to be profitable finally. I'm like, yep. Okay.
I can be making like 20 cents a mile.
Yeah, like that plane that just went overhead, time and distance, bro. That's how they sell the tickets.
That's it.
So that's one. Profitable, yes. Without legislation, the second part of the question, Vinny, is no.
See, that's honest. That's honest.
Hey man, before I'm telling you, I had a 2-hour fucking meeting with a Chicago alderman today who's proposing something wonderful in Chicago.
Right.
Okay. without giving too much away because he's going to be on the show in a couple of weeks. He goes, Serge, Serge. I go. First question to him was like the first time I met this guy. I go, do you drive, sir? He goes, what do you mean? I go, are you a driver? He goes, no. I go, how do you know what to write? Like what legislation you need to write so these companies don't come and kill you? He goes, well, that's why I'm talking to you. I go, yeah, there you go. Now we have something. We are not going to beat these companies by staking a stick in the ground and say, my way or the highway. They're not going to do it. They're going to fuck you. They're going to lobby you. They have more money and power than anything on the planet. But now there is a way. We got to give shit to receive shit. A lot of the unions in this country are like, nope, my way or the highway. I'm like, nope, I'm just not like that. It's not going to work like that. So we need to do what we did in Seattle. Start there. Work with these companies because, trust me, people, they are coming with Prop 22 all over the country where algorithms and everywhere is going to be set up to feed you 22 to 24 because that's what Prop 22 pays, 120% of minimum wage plus 34 cents a mile. They are doing the same shit in Massachusetts now, 120% of minimum wage, healthcare stipend, which depends on a lot of iffies, and 80% of the drivers are kicked off that already because there's so many restrictions on it.
Right.
And 28 cents a mile. Now, in California, we at least caught them pushed it to 34 cents from 30 cents. In Massachusetts, they're proposing 28 cents a mile. So now, there's elections in 3 months. They're going to pass the fucking thing. They're running ads everywhere. Every fucking Massachusetts driver is going to get fucked. So now, I'm like scrambling. I go, what the fuck can we do to fucking put something against this shit to fucking stop this disaster? And then luckily we have fucking a group of people working with us. So hopefully we're going to put our proposal up there as well. So I'm telling you, bro, the game is there. We can't play this little drama YouTube bullshit game. It's not, I'm not in it anyway, but there's a bigger picture here and we need to all fucking play this bigger game. And these companies, man, are just brutal.
Who wins? Let me ask you this then, Sergio. Let me ask you this. And you okay over there? Because you're getting a little excited. I know you're passionate about it, but don't get too excited over there because I can't give you none of my pills. I can't give you none of my heart pills in California from Fort Lauderdale.
No, I'm okay.
Okay. All right. I gotta make sure you're all right.
I'm good.
What wins the race? Legislation or self-driving?
Wow. Good question, Vinny. Legislation.
You think legislation wins that race?
Yes, sir.
Because
there's good shit coming. There's good shit coming, boys. Hang in there. There's good shit coming.
Tesla's
well, when we do propose legislation, don't you fucking run anywhere with like a headless chickens. There's all these fucking negative Nellies out there who are trying to get like a couple extra thousand fucking, and you know what I'm talking about now, couple extra thousand subs by fucking doing some reaction or whatever the fuck it is that they do. Is
Vinny's
this
favorite person?
No, there are a bunch of those. There are a bunch of those people. But anyway, well, actually, no. Actually, RP he gave me 9.5 yesterday out of 10, so I can have nothing against that. It's just the other people that are talking about. Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did.
Listen. I got to throw this jab in there just because I got to throw this jab in there. No, that's all right. I'm not going to throw the jab in there. I'm gonna
anyway. So what's going to happen is that though, see, everybody is in this. Let me get my YouTube dollars.
Right.
Fuck your YouTube dollars. I'm seriously like, you're not even in the same league. You're like in fucking A-ball while we're playing major leagues here, and you're just fucking talking about some fucking subscribers to get YouTube dollars. I'm like, who the fuck cares? Now, but when we need drivers in Chicago, let's say, or in fucking Florida, it's very going to be difficult in Florida because it's a fucking, fucking red state. But if we're playing this game in Chicago and then we have a good proposal, when we say, okay, we need everybody to fucking email and call their legislatures and then say, we want this bill that these people are pushing. Now, if all drivers like disappear to all corners of the planet, not doing anything about it, that's when you guys are all going to get fucked. Because then, I said legislation, because before Bidenomics disappears, they are going to come to you guys on a national scale, federal level, say, hey, you fuckers, you're all employees now. And then these companies, and you guys think these companies are playing, bro? This is what they're going to do to you.
Fire
You
me.
think now you can turn the fucking app on with an 8% acceptance rate? Good luck, boys.
Yeah, exactly.
They're going to put it's their app. They can do whatever the fuck they want. They're going to put a fucking say, I only have jobs for 90% acceptance rate if I'm going to pay your fucking healthcare. Go fuck yourself. That's when you're going to make the minimum wage and drive, just like you're doing now. So that's what's coming. You guys want to play with these guys? Okay, go ahead. Go play with these guys.
I do think there's only so far they can push before that straw completely breaks.
Yeah.
And I think in certain markets, you might be seeing that a little bit. In other markets, anytime they threaten to pull out of a city, you know you're pushing the right buttons. Now, with
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Right. But with that being said, they do hold the power. They can do certain things with the apps.
Yeah.
Again, if it's a situation,
Vinny, they're gonna make you do schedules. They're gonna give you a fucking schedule. They're gonna make you work. If you become an employee, they're gonna make you work. Like, okay, you're gonna work today from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m.
Didn't they do that in New York City for a while? I don't know.
Yeah, for a while, but then it didn't work because TLC is so fucking strong there. They fucked them all up and gave them all these rights and all these benefits. And I'm like, yep, there you go. Somebody with balls said, nope, that's not gonna work. Go fuck yourself. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah, but
you know what? Vinny and all the boys, they all know this, by the way. They all know that they're like pushing really hard, that they're on the verge of like getting slammed by some fucking Washington D.C. ruling that they just gonna die. Literally, their stocks will go to zero overnight, and they're trying to protect like 100 billion whatever between DoorDash, Uber Eats, and Lyft. They're trying to protect 120 billion, $30 billion worth of market cap. And they're gonna talk, bro. We just want them to talk. We just want them to come to the fucking table. And okay, this is what I want to give. Let's see if you guys agree with me. A lot of people. I got a bunch of emails saying that, employees could be flexible and freedom. I'm going like, no. I mean, go to Target and say, hey, boss, today I just feel like working 2 hours. I'm like, I don't think so, sir. Don't let the door hit you on the way out.
Yeah, exactly.
So they all go like, yeah, becoming employees is not a bad thing. You can still have your freedom and flexibility. And then these companies go, fuck you. And then, so here's my proposal with this. I want to stay independent contractor. I want to turn my app on whenever I want to turn on. I'm going to give you that. I don't want collective bargaining. I don't want unionization. Now come sit and give me higher rates and some fucking healthcare like they have in Seattle. How about that? And they go, yeah, okay. At least the threat of death is out, because if this DC thing comes down, they're dead. It's better to be negotiating than be dead. So I'm like, if we're dead, we can't negotiate. So I'm like, okay, that's what our goal is. Seriously, next 6 months, that's all I'm gonna do. I'm just don't care about drama. I don't care about any of this shit. I just want to go. Let's go.
What about this? What about this deal that Uber struck? The partnership with Yellow Cab.
Yeah, they did. I did a radio interview yesterday. I'm like, it's worse. There you go. More saturation. You guys want more drivers? Here, I'll tell you what else is going to happen now. There's Vinny's going to love this one. There's 500,000 Venezuelan fucking immigrants coming here. They all have fucking workers permits. Guess what the fuck you think you guys are they're going to do? They're all going to deliver DoorDash, and they're all going to fucking drive. Hello.
Yeah. Where is Julio? Julio, I told you this is going to happen.
Julio.
There's some guy Julio is like, well, why are you guys about these immigrants and stuff? I was like, but they're coming for your job.
Do you forget where I live, bro? Forget where I live, bro? I live in Little Central America.
There you go. Good luck.
Okay. And I see it at the airports. We talk about it all the time. We see it at the airports. So it's nothing new. It's nothing new.
There was a great article today. Maybe you guys should talk about it in your morning show tomorrow. There's a really good article talking about that there are these mafia groups. This is no joke. This is a real article. You can Google it. There's these like gangs or groups that have all these fake DoorDash accounts and Uber Eats accounts, right? And what they're doing is they're forcing these immigrant groups, literally saying, "Here's your account. Go fucking accept everything. Give me half the money." And these people are doing it. They're accepting and these companies, fully well knowing that they can stop this overnight with a fucking ID verification system immediately, like we do doing rideshare. It's not as big a problem in rideshare yet, but it will be soon. The companies go, yeah, well, how much we can do about it. I'm like, why not? You have the technology, just fucking have them take a picture every hour. How about that? No. Oh, yeah. You know why? Because it fits your bill. Because they're going to deliver all the DoorDash orders for $2 all day.
Yep.
But then, so a Venezuelan immigrant, nothing wrong with Venezuelan immigrants, by the way. I don't want to be fucking too much non-PC here. They're going to make $50. That's what they used to make a whole month in fucking Venezuela.
Yeah, that's what we talk about all the time.
There you go.
We talk about all the time.
I think I found the article. It's Brazilian gang defrauds Uber, Lyft, DoorDash using GPS spoofing. And
no, that's not the article. That's not the article. There is an article, actually. I think the headline is drivers are going into people's houses or something like that. It's a clickbait headline. So, and like, okay, let's say if you're delivering in New York City, right? I mean, you're on a bike, scooter, whatever. These high rises, you're always going into people's homes. You know what I'm saying? These are all fucking people who shouldn't be on these apps, but they're doing it. They're giving $50 a day, and the gang is taking the rest of it, whatever they make in a 12-hour shift. And we know at $20 an hour, $240, they're giving these people 50, taking 200 from them. Imagine that business. What a wonderful business that is. So anyway.
Well, this is where the apps have to be held at their right now. That's probably their number one issue.
That was part of my question, Vinny. That was one question. But I was like, I have 30 minutes. My eye was on the clock. I'm looking at the clock. I'm fucking panicking now. I have like 3 minutes left. I go like, I was trying to hold my shit together. I'm like, let me just go with these 4 now, and then next time I get him on something else. So I was like, hey.
I heard the question, and I saw how he pulled a Muhammad Ali, Floyd Mayweather on you. Whoop, whoop, whoop. He rolled that shoulder on you. He rolled that shoulder on you.
He got uncomfortable at the end. I know that. He got uncomfortable at the end, because his body language changed. He didn't like, but if you guys notice, like, you look at his answers, like, I call upfront pricing, I think it's a fucking cut. The guy goes, I think we're paying more on the fucking, I go, yeah, if I get a 30%, if I get a 30% haircut on a fucking 30-mile trip, how many short trips do I have to do to make up for that?
Exactly.
Mr. Richard?
Exactly.
And then I hit him like, I go, hey, fuck, 2015, $2.62 minimum fare. 2023, $2.62 minimum fare. He goes, I didn't even know about that. I go, yeah, of course you didn't. Why don't you go do a couple of those without fucking incentive, right? So look, man, you can push so much, you can pull so much. I don't know. Okay, all I know is they called back. They said, thank you, for doing it. I'm like, no, thank you. I go, I hope I didn't go too hard. He goes, no, it's just you hit the points. And I'm like, okay, thank you. We'll see you in 6 months, if not sooner. And that was it. I mean, I think overall, I think most people liked it. So I think it was a good interview as far as I gave myself like a B+.
I liked it. I did like it.
I put you in the B range.
Yeah.
In the B range.
Why would have moved me to A?
Do you know why?
Mm-mm.
I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you my opinion on it. Okay.
Okay.
Because it was your first time up against somebody like that in front of a live audience, brother, that would shake the best of them. Okay.
It's not easy, Vinny. It's really not easy, bro.
Professional journalist. That's not your profession. You're one of us. And to step up in that role is not easy. Trust me. I get it. So with that being said, I gave you a B, not a minus or a plus. I don't fucking play them fucking games. Okay. I gave you a B. I thought you tried to get some in there, but like I said, he was going to roll on you. And the fact that he was only going to give you 30 minutes was just a tough place to be. I said that.
And again, but you know what? My expectation was not too high. Seriously. And I honestly, I think everybody who was in the chat, their expectations are high that he's going to announce something revolutionary. That wasn't my expectation at all, and I'm going like, okay, I think you guys' expectations are too high. There, he's not going to say anything. However, I want him to understand that these are the 4 issues, fundamental issues that have been fucking the rideshare industry for the last 10 years, and nothing has changed. In fact, it has gotten worse. With AI, with chatbots, it has gotten worse. Support has gotten worse. Deactivations have gotten worse.
Right.
Okay. Safety has gotten worse. All this shit has gotten worse. So, and pay definitely has gotten worse. Okay. So, these are the 4 issues. They were still the same a decade ago. You know, come back 6 months from now. Let's see what you fixed. I'm pretty sure earnings are not going to be fixed, but I'm very high on deactivations are going to get better. They're not going to be fixed. They're going to get better. And support is definitely going to get better. So I know these things already.
Their biggest issue with pay right now, their biggest issue with pay is their longer trips. Their longer trips are absolutely bending drivers over. Their shorter trips, some are like, nah, fuck you, I ain't doing that. Right? Others are like, you know what? Okay, I had one today. It was 2 miles, $9 on an XL. I took it. Damn right, I took it.
Yeah.
2 miles.
No,
right?
but I mean, I think they have a point when they say short trips are paying longer, and I do standard and UberX, right? And pretty much every short trip, 2 mile pickup, 3 mile drop off, they're all getting priced about $1 a mile, right about there. Some are 550, some are 480, but right about $1 a mile they're getting priced. You could tell. I mean, I did 200 lift trips, all shorties, because I had the guarantees and ride challenges and whatever not.
Right.
And Uber the same thing. They have adjusted it. They're about $1 a mile. So comparing that to my 60 cents a mile, 21 cents a minute previous to upfront fares, those trips are actually paying more. They're paying maybe 50, 80 cents more, because that same trip under miles a minute would have paid $4, right? Now it's paying 5. However, if I do an 80-mile trip and I get fucked by $40, and now I have to do 40 on those shorties just to break even. I'm like, no, that's not a good game to play. So
yeah, and that's if there was one thing with upfront pricing that's just terrible, it's the fact that the longer trips now is absolutely bend us over. You don't even want to do them. You don't even want to do them.
No, right? You should not do them. Not you don't want to do them. You should not do them.
Well, I didn't say I do them. I'm just saying.
Yeah, let those fucking people wait. I'm like, whatever.
The new thing now is the long pickups.
Yeah.
Right? The 4, 5, 6, 7 mile requests that I'm getting requests 4, 5, 6, 7 miles away.
Yeah.
And you know, I've gotten quick enough to add my mileage together. I've gotten very fucking fast at doing that. And I know what my number is. And if I'm in that $1.90 or higher per mile, and I look at the time and I'm close to that $50-$55 an hour,
yep.
I make my decisions pretty quick. I think a lot of drivers have gotten very fast at math. They figured out.
There you go. There's one upside for rideshare. You all are becoming fucking math geniuses now. How about that? I mean, think about it. You know, hey man, stay with the positives. There are good things about rideshare. There are a lot of people who are not qualified to do any other fucking thing. Instead of cleaning toilets, sorry, whoever you are, you're doing this, and you're making a much better living. Great. There are millions of these people out there. And look, it's not all bad, but there's definitely after 10 years, the abuse, the exploitation, the discrimination, whatever you want to call it, has gotten worse. Okay, we know that. So only thing that's going to fix is not crying about it or doing some reaction fucking video about it, is to create this dialogue and understand how these motherfuckers are thinking and play their game. Because until I started talking to these people, I swear to fucking God, I had no idea that this is going on. And I was like, oh, this is how you guys are playing this game. I got you. Okay. And I was thinking, oh, I'm like a cherry picker. I'm going to fuck you. I'm like, no, sir. They're a lot smarter than all of us put together, you know? And but that doesn't mean we can't play the game.
The bottom line is it's got to be able to improve. We got to be able to improve driver satisfaction. That's got to be their number one goal. Because if they don't driver satisfaction, I don't care how many driver replacements or 7.2 million that have entered through the border in the last 3 years. Okay. Yeah. They're still going to fall short. They're still going to fall short on drivers. If they're sending me a goddamn request 5 miles away that means somebody ain't in that 5 miles, because on any given day, well, the algorithm knows they're not gonna. I'm not taking cheap shit. They know I'm
Yeah.
not taking that. So
Yeah.
if they're gonna send me a request 5 miles away, and you're telling me there's nobody closer, I go out
Well,
to
actually, there probably is. There probably is, but they're just taking a chance with Vinny, and the reason they're doing that is because the matching algorithm changed a few years ago. They don't match the closest driver. It's something called batch matching. And they figured, okay, if I give the closest driver to the passenger, yeah, that one person is going to get picked up fast, but then I have 80 other orders coming in that 30 seconds. What they do is they try to time it that everybody gets picked up on average in that batch for that minute. Everybody gets picked up in 4.5, 5 minutes on average. One will be 8, one will be 2, one will be 3, but on average, that's why they're giving you that long pickup, right? Not because there is no driver there. So when when you get inside, Vinny, seriously, boys, when you start talking to these people and they explain how the shit works, I'm going like, wow, this is really fucking difficult on their end to balance all the supply, demand, all the shit, and you need all this shit, right? And my one thing is very clear. They don't give a fuck. They're trying to make money. And that's that. Okay? They just don't care. They are an entity, corporate entity, with shareholders. They're just trying to fucking be as profitable as you guys are.
Well,
And
they as a company, from a company standpoint, they better hurry up and get there.
well, yeah,
Better hurry up and get there, because
Yeah.
they better hurry up and get there.
Yeah.
You know what?
Okay, I'll leave you guys with this. There's two things that are common with Lyft. That if both of those things you guys don't like, then I will never speak to any one of you ever again. Period. That's it.
Wait a minute. So Sergio just got put in timeout for a minute because he just threatened us in the RideShare Garage. I never thought I would put a guest in timeout, but I had to put Sergio in timeout for a minute.
Why? I'm just saying it's good things. 2 good things are coming. What's wrong with you people?
That's what it sounded like to me.
Sergio, if we didn't put you in timeout at least once, buddy.
No, but anyway, so listen. Actually, so how about this? Let's do this comparison. Compare Harry's interview with Dara and compare mine and grade me on that scale.
A+.
There you go. See? There you go. That's all that matters. I was like,
And
at
Vinny
least I
brings
got
out
an
the
A plus
plus.
on A plus
on
or
that.
something.
Yeah. Well, because I told you what I thought about Harry's interview, so we don't have to go down that. We don't have to go down that.
Actually, Harry didn't even watch the fucking interview. He was actually Eddie. He was where you were. He was in Austin.
No.
Yeah,
Really?
for 3 days. You didn't go to his meet and greet. He would have bought you drinks and free food on Tuesday, last night.
Yeah, no.
And okay. So he had a meeting with InDrive. You know, there are things happening there. He had a meeting with Paraboys. He had meetings with all these guys.
Was there some kind of convention going on in Austin, Texas?
No. It was just he threw a meet and greet in Austin to meet a bunch of CEOs.
Oh, okay.
And because he's playing Vulture Capitalist now, so but today, like right before this, you know, because he likes always calling me either when he's picking up his kids from fucking school or when he's traveling. So he called me. He goes, I watched the interview. I'm like, okay. He goes, I thought it was fucking great. I'm like, okay. And he goes, cadence was good, rhythm was good. You didn't panic. You floundered a couple of spots. You lost probably a minute and a half and all that. He fucking analyzed everything. And he goes, I think it's good. I'm going to call David tomorrow and ask him to put this on the fucking app. Notify every single driver of this interview. I'm going like, if you can get that off, bro. Now we're talking. Now we're going to go like fucking. Actually, I don't think they're going to go for it, but let's see what happens. So you guys may see that interview on the Lyft app.
Wow.
Okay.
But it was great.
No,
Yeah.
You did well for your first run. But I got, I wouldn't be me if I didn't do this.
Yes, sir.
The next one.
Yeah.
Next one, we're gonna have to tape up the hands a little bit. We're gonna have to tape up the hands a little bit and put a little glue and glass.
Okay.
All right, just because you can only people want to get like Eddie. Eddie's willing to give the guy a 4-month break. He's only been on the job 4 months. I think,
Well, but he said a year. I said no, sir, 6 months. So I'm like, okay, fuck that. It's not gonna work.
yeah, no,
So-
and that was good. That was good.
Too far.
Oh, a year, all of us will be out of business.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, that's not gonna work, sir. But look,
Well,
man,
I
the guy is a personable motherfucker. And you know, when my wife says, "Oh my God, what a wonderful smile he has," I'm like, "What the fuck are you watching? Are you watching his smile, or what the fuck are you watching?"
Well, bro.
And I'll tell you one thing to finish seriously, boys. I mean, I tried my best. Seriously, I did, and I think I got off what I needed to get off for the first one. I had so much fucking adrenaline in my system. I couldn't sleep until like 3 a.m. yesterday. I was like, "What the fuck?"
Were
like,
you reanalyzing the whole entire interview? You're like, shit,
Oh
I
yeah,
should have went this route. I should have went that route.
I replayed it, watched the chat fly. So I was like, okay, let's see what the chat is going. And then I replayed it again without the chat. I figured out where I fucked up on a couple of. I had a really great closing line, and we were at dinner with the kids and wife yesterday. Right in the middle of dinner, it came to my head. I go, fuck. And then my wife goes, what? I go, oh, fuck. I go, I fucking fucked up. She goes, no, you didn't. It was fucking good. And then I go, okay, here's my closing line. And I forgot. I don't know. I panicked. I forgot whatever. So I was going to say, remember, Mr. Risher, I told you I did like 200 trips, last 3 weeks for Lyft. I said, I met wonderful, riders in my car. And for whoever wanted to speak, I asked them, do you know who the CEO of Lyft is? And none of them knew who you were, Mr. Risher. But did you figure who they knew? Me. They knew everything about me. They knew my name. I was there within 3 feet of these people. I was the face of Lyft for those 15 minutes or 10 minutes. They knew me as Lyft, not you. So don't fuck drivers. That was going to be my closing line. And I was like, fuck, I forgot to say that. But that would have been good.
That would have been a good line, yeah.
When they learned that lesson, that we are the face of their company, not the fucking app. Okay? When they realize that drivers are the face of their company, not the fucking app, then you'll start to see some change.
I don't know if this guy's lying or not, but he said that yesterday. He goes, look, we have 2 customers. We have the customer, and I said to him, I go, look, without drivers, without passengers, there's no drivers. Without drivers, there's no passengers. There's no Lyft. And he said, yeah, we have 2 customers. It's in the car. It's the driver and the passenger. I don't know if he's faking it or not, but on the earnings call, he said the same thing. So I kind of believe the guy, right? I mean, look, man, I don't know. I was like, I was happy with the overall event, and but I'm gonna be a lot happier if I honestly, my legacy, if there is anything, and you guys know me well enough that I don't fucking boast and shit. But if I'm gonna pass some fucking legislation, that's gonna be the legacy that make fucking lives better for the majority as opposed to just 10% of the group. And I think then I will hang it up. Then I'll just hang up and be done with this charade that we're in. So
it's a good start.
All right. Well, here I got another question for you then, Serge. I got another question, buddy. How much is it going to cost me an hour to get my swing right?
Yeah, good question. Free, first hour free for you. How about that? We can do like a video thing, video swing lesson or something.
Well, you better not put the cameras within like 170 degree radius, because the ball's liable to go, bro.
To the right? You mean to the right? You're gonna shank every single one of them?
To the right, to the left. I might dribble that some bitch. You never know, bro.
Oh, top it, chunk it, put the sod on it, do it. Yeah, it's okay, bro. We can fix that. Okay. No big deal.
I don't.
And so don't forget about my fucking autograph, Vinny.
Buddy, I'm working on it. Listen, there's always.
I get Richard on. You're still working on a fucking autograph. Let's go, man.
Well, let me
I'm fucking with you, bro.
Let me ask you.
You know what? I'm just joking with you.
Whoa. No. I got to throw back at you a little bit. What's more value? What's going to be more valuable?
Which one? Oh, get an autograph versus what?
Or Risher.
Oh, see, Vinny's asking all the tough questions. You all three guys over there doing nothing.
I'd chill.
Let me end it for you. The autograph will be because your son will cherish it forever.
Yeah, especially if it's on a fucking Miami jersey.
Oh Jesus! Really now? Really, Sergio?
Well, I got to put you on the spot now. I mean, that's
Hey, Jesus Christ!
No, anyway, but okay, guys, I gotta go pick him up.
All right.
And
Hey man,
actually,
appreciate you coming through tonight, Sergio.
Thanks for coming in,
Yeah,
sir.
thanks, Sergio.
You stepped into it, and I personally appreciate it.
well,
I know the guys appreciate it. I know everybody in the chat, everybody that tuned in tonight appreciates it. But I personally appreciate it.
man, you know, I mean, look, man, we're all drivers. First of all, we have a common bond, right? I just want to do some good for the greater good. I think people are, and it's this society these days. Everything is short term, right? I think the bigger picture for me is a lot more beautiful. I think, you know, in the bigger picture, yes, there may be a few pixels that are fucked up, but if you look at the bigger picture from a little bit far out, you'll see a beautiful picture, and that's my goal, as opposed to just worry about this pixel, that pixel, that pixel. You know, when I look at it from 10 yards out, I will not see the burned out pixels. And if I can make the big picture look good, hopefully, I think that's going to be really great. And, you know, this interview, that interview, whatever, it doesn't matter. I enjoy you guys, obviously. I haven't done it for a while. And I'm like, you know, that's it, man. That's what I've done to finish. And please lower your expectations. You'll be a lot happier in everything you do in life. If you're going on a date, you're expecting a hot chick, a fat one shows up, you're fucked. Don't
Just
expect
take it.
anything. Don't
Just
expect
take it.
anything.
Take one for the
Exactly.
team. Yeah.
Don't expect anything. Well, I know, yeah, but you know what I'm saying. No expectations equals
It's those damn filters. It's those damn filters.
no expectations
volunteer.
means no disappointments. No expectations equals no disappointment.
Sergio,
By
big
the
girl
way,
love too, brother.
But by the way, Sergio, when I
sir.
was watching when you were asking him some questions, I kind of noticed that they don't brief him on a lot of things that actually we go through.
He doesn't know.
Like
No, he
sometimes,
doesn't.
like he doesn't know. There's like some little details that he just doesn't know about.
Well, again, he's not supposed to know. He's the CEO.
Right.
There's departments, heads of departments, heads of departments. I'm like, and I told him that. I go, I'm sure you don't know. I go, you know, did you have the pleasure of fucking calling live support? I go, like, if you didn't, then, you know, I mean, I tried to make a joke out of it. Harry didn't like that one. He goes, you were too funny. I go, how am I too funny? I have the fucking huge pink Viking mustache sitting on my head. How much funnier can I get? And I'm like, but he tried to make a joke. Did you guys catch that joke? Because I feel overwhelmed. You know, I have the little mustache. I'm like, yeah, fuck you. Your dick is smaller than mine. So yeah, man. I don't know. Anyway, so I don't know. So hey, look, let's just keep working together, bro. The rest is gravy. I'm telling you. Just support when I need support, please. That's all I'm saying. I'm not a needy person, but when I need drivers to come together to go do something, please, let's do it. I'm not talking about, you know, protest, strike, this, that, whatever. I'm talking serious shit. Let's all just play fucking major league ball with these people. Let's not just piddle around some fucking petty shit. Oh, like, I'm like, who cares, man?
Well,
look at the big picture, man.
Just keep him. Look, that's fine and all, as long as we keep it all in perspective. There are people that need to make money,
absolutely,
for whatever reason, and they did invest in their businesses.
Yes, they did,
for whatever reason, and so they have a reason. Well, see, I really can't say that because I wouldn't believe it if I said it myself. There's no reasonable expectation from these apps.
Yep.
Other than whatever they put in writing, and lately, the last year or so, they don't put anything in writing. They just tell you, oh, this is what we're going to do, and that's that. And they're very ambiguous with their writings and what they put in writing. So
Yeah, I agree. And you know, all the people about Lux and Lux disappearing, and I mean, I look, man, I feel for you guys. You bought the
that's a lot
cars.
of people out there. That's a lot. Of people out
Yeah,
there.
absolutely. And look, like you said, 6% of I don't know, million drivers, let's say, right? You know, that's 60,000 people. That's a lot. So, you know, but there is that 90% on the other side that's suffering as much or more. And you know, I had
Yeah.
like another good question for this guy. I was like, I'm sure you have like some couple of overpriced economists at Lyft. Have you fucking figured out like what the hourly is adjusted to inflation? Right? And then you wouldn't have fucking come out and said, "Oh, everybody's making $35 an active hour." I'm like, yeah, whatever. That doesn't work. So look,
You need to
next
make
time,
40 to live.
you know, yeah, I mean, I bet you it's fucking under minimum wage if you adjust everything to inflation. So
Yeah.
Oh, if we adjusted for inflation?
yeah,
Oh no, we'd be underwater.
there you go. See?
Just fuel alone. Just fuel.
Just do
cost
the basic, the basic math.
Fuel alone. Fuel, car payment, insurance
Yeah.
payment. Insurance is
Yeah,
going.
It's already
That's the one
killing
thing
you.
nobody talks about. You know, that's the one thing you just don't hear people
My
talk
gas
about.
is more than my car.
I've talked about it.
The insurance rates are skyrocketing everywhere.
Yes, they are.
Except
So-
for
Oh, yeah, my
Like
insurance
the,
rate went from 360 to 420.
There you go. That's 20% or 15%, whatever it is.
insane.
You're not making 15% more on a trip. So yeah, I mean, I think look, there are a lot of good things about gig economy. There are a lot of people are putting food on the table. Otherwise, they'd be all fucked. They wouldn't be able, you know. But then there are definitely things to fix. Let's just work together, try to fix these things, as opposed to
Yes.
reaction video. This reaction, well, who fuck cares? I'm not that important.
Just like I
I
always
was
say,
like,
make the money.
I
and leave
honestly-
invested.
There's a lot of good stuff coming, boys. Seriously, just stay tuned. We're gonna fuck these people in Chicago, hopefully, and then we'll see where we go. And
Tweet it.
Works
Yeah.
for me.
Well, we're here for the ride. We'll see
well,
what
no, Steven, we're all fucked already. We have Prop 22 here,
Exactly.
so
Yeah.
we're we
and
are
our gas is almost
we're-
$7 a gallon.
Yeah, we're all absolutely hammered, and until we get rid of Prop 22, which is probably I don't know what's going to happen. Yeah, well, we're all
So
fucked in
when
California.
officially is the Lux thing supposed to take place?
18th.
Oh, next month. Oh, okay, that's why.
So this is the other thing you guys should do, by the way. This is okay. Here's homework for everybody. I checked it like twice on my app today, passenger app.
Mhm.
I'm just dying to know. I'm sure until the 18th it's not going to show up, but on the 18th morning, first thing I do is click on my Lyft passenger app and see the difference between a standard trip and this. They couldn't come up with a better name. They call it fucking extra
Right.
comfort as opposed to comfort. How much that extra comfort is more than the standard trip, and how much below the Lux trip that is.
Yep.
Because it's going to be on all passengers' apps on the 18th. You know what I mean?
I will face no lube.
Here's the other thing. I can today, two of the riders I had, one was an XL, one was a Lux.
Yeah.
No, I take that back. No, both of those were Lux riders. And I informed them and say, hey, Lux is going away.
Yeah.
The one group, it was their first time using the app, first time using Lux, whatever. They were
Mhm.
right. So I get that. Father, son, they're going to have a good time. The
Yeah.
other person was like, no. That's all. According to her, that's all she does is Lux rides.
Yeah.
And she's
Yeah,
like,
wake up.
Yeah.
no, because I like the better drivers. No, I like the better cars, but I'm not
Yep.
paying those in her words, not mine. I'm not paying those fucking
black
Lux prices.
Yeah.
You knew? Wow. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Um,
And that's what I'm saying. You're gonna annoy. Oh, you're gonna. I mean, well, to be fair, like Sergio said, it's 6%, but still, a lot of the riders that are get in my car, they're gonna. Those people are gonna be pissed because okay, maybe they don't ride as often, but they're still. Whenever they do decide to ride on these platforms, they're looking for an elevated experience. But
yeah, they're not looking for a fucking beat up Prius to pick them up. That's what's happening.
Right.
Bro,
So I'm like,
Oh, boy, have I heard
first
those.
time they order an extra comfort and a fucking Corolla shows up,
they're
Yeah.
gonna be
somebody's going to question that
pissed.
progress.
Yeah.
Somebody's
but
gonna
you have to.
question
But
that.
again, so now put yourself in Lyft shoes. Okay, do it. Please do
Uh-huh.
it.
Okay.
Here's
let's
the
go.
deal. Okay,
They're pink.
when Uber got rid of Select, okay, I mean, literally not get rid of it, but they pushed it in the absolute abyss
Grandfathered it.
of the fucking passenger app, right?
Mhm.
And they brought on comfort, right? Do you know how many people upgraded from X to comfort? 30%.
Mm.
30. So Lyft is going like, okay, we're like 4 years late to this party, but let's fucking do what Uber did. Let's get rid of this fucking Select. That's our Lux. And we're going to gain more market share. And we're going to upgrade a lot of the standard passengers to comfort because they think some other fucking bigger car is going to show up. And we're going to be able to charge more on the back end. So you play that game in there. I mean, that's smart. I think it's fucking smart. Now, not smart for the drivers, but it's smart as a company, right? So I'm like, okay, that makes sense. Because in LA, 30% of trips requests I get is comfort. I'm like, okay, it pays a little bit more, 8-10% more, but a lot of people are ordering comfort. So they figured, okay, we'll get rid of these fucking cars. We'll put like a $125,000 fucking Mercedes on the fucking comfort level. As the same as a Corolla level. That like it makes a lot of sense, right? I'm like, yeah, that's good. And all these Tesla Model Ys that are not black, we're all gonna go bye-bye. And I'm like, okay, but we're gonna find out on the 18th how much more is gonna pay. My guess, this I don't know. My guess is 8 to 10% more, just like Uber Comfort.
So they put it in select and rider purgatory, where it just doesn't show up on their list. That's why I'm not getting them. Okay.
Yeah, select is
I was finally able to get on select. Finally able to get on.
Okay. Yeah, nobody orders select, bro. Yeah. Nobody orders select because if you look at the pricing difference, it's like ridiculous. Nobody orders select. So
I'm hoping, because my heart really does go out to a lot of drivers that just lost their Lux, right?
Yes.
But I'm hoping that this shows drivers what we've always said: don't buy the fucking car.
Don't ever.
If you got to depend on Uber and Lux to pay for it,
bro. If you're gonna depend on Uber on anything, you're the dumbest motherfucker on the planet.
Yeah.
Don't do it. It's just, when will you learn the lesson? And that goes back to the second thing I said today. You have no control. You think you have control. You have no control. Learn the fucking lesson. How many times? Look, definition of insanity. Do the same thing over and over, expect different results. Don't depend on these fucking companies. Period.
Yep.
Once you get that in your head, you'll be such a happy driver. You go like, okay, they fucked me today. Oh, okay, that's okay, no problem. I expected it anyway.
We ain't gonna go that goddamn far, Sergio. We ain't gonna be that goddamn kumbaya.
I'm just saying. Okay, all right, fine. All right. Anyway. All right, hey, so lovely to see you boys.
I'm not happy watching you smoke over there.
I honestly don't smoke usually, but you guys fucking stressed me out and brought me back to richer memory. I'm kidding.
We're gonna do it again in 6 months.
Yeah, maybe sooner.
Yeah, Sergio, I'm gonna bust your balls a little bit, okay? Because I got to.
Okay.
I didn't like the way you do it. I have not inhaled shit.
You stopped vaping too?
Well, yeah, it's not nicotine.
I did that the week before the heart attack.
Oh, great, Vinny. Thanks.
Just let you know. Just let you know.
That's on an uplifting note. Thanks, Vinny.
So make that goddamn decision. Use that same passion you got for getting in DK's and DR's ass, and let's make that decision, bro.
Mean quit smoking?
Yeah, it's time, bro.
Oh, okay.
And drinking.
I told you I was going to be a dick.
Thanks, Jasmine. Thanks, Jasmine. That's my wife's name.
Believe me, I went through it enough. Trust me, I get you.
I know, bro. Anyway, so okay, it's fucking almost 8. I gotta walk, still pick him up. Hey, listen, I appreciate you guys. Did you guys catch the end of it? One of your buddies was on the show yesterday.
Brandon.
Yeah, the Porsche guy.
Yeah, I know. Mm-hmm.
And he sounded reasonably literate because I was like, damn, he's gonna go and I'm like, okay, nobody.
I was shocked. Listen, first of all, I don't have nothing against Brandon. Okay. Brandon took himself out.
Okay.
I'll leave it at that. Brandon knows my number. Brandon, if you're watching, bro, you know my number.
Actually, Harry and Brandon are becoming buddies now because Brandon
shit,
emails
there
me and says,
There it is.
"Oh, Harry wants me. Harry wants you to do an interview with me." I'm like, "Huh? I don't know anything about this." And I was like,
Shit. Brandon
okay.
won't be calling us no more. He done left the
He's
garage.
big time.
Yeah, he left the garage. He's in major leagues now.
He's pulling George Jefferson on us. You know what, George? I'm
Fucking-
tired of giving you all this talent, bro. You know, we keep giving you all this goddamn talent. Okay.
Anyway, so hey, much love to you guys. I'm glad I did this. Hopefully I answered everything you guys wanted to get off your chests. I appreciate the support. Next, when we get DK on, we're gonna break the internet. That's what's gonna happen.
Oh, by the way, hold on. You know what, Vinny? Let's ask for permission now. The next time you do another interview,
Yeah.
can we do also a live also at the same time?
Whatever. You're not going. I mean, yeah, whatever. But what's your other buddy that was in the garage? He was doing his live at the same time, I think.
Yeah, but we didn't want to. We didn't want to do anything unless we asked for permission.
No. We're talking about simulcast. So while you're doing it, we also broadcast it out.
Oh, you mean like through our channel to hook you up, guys, that kind of thing?
Well, I don't need you to hook me up. I can broadcast I can broadcast anybody's at any time. The thing
I'll
where
I'll ask the boss. And then definitely
get caught. Yeah, you can get nailed with copyright. That's the issue.
Yeah, I'll ask him. I don't know. We're not going to copyright strike anybody. I mean, come on now. Whatever. Actually, somebody did copyright strike us.
Well, if we could do that, it'd be great. It'd be great.
Behind the wheel, God damn it! Behind the wheel.
Yeah, talk about copyright strike. That's coming, by the way. So, yeah. I talked to Uber about that
shut down too.
Fuck Uber. I talked to Uber about that too. I go, what the fuck? I go, what is this? He goes, what is it? I go, behind the wheel. You guys couldn't fucking come up with another name. We've been doing this for 6 months. I go, all these fucking Kool-Aid drinking fucking actors you put up here, they don't even know what the fuck they're saying. They go like, Serge, those are not. She goes, literally, they took it seriously. They go, Serge, those are all real drivers. I go, are you really this dumb, or are you
5 minutes
good of an
driving.
actor to act this dumb? I'm like, what are you talking about? And I'm like, don't fucking do it. We're gonna actually, for joking purposes only, we're gonna send a copyright strike to Uber.
I started to do a parody video on one of their videos that they put out. 3 things I learned while driving Uber, and I wanted to do a parody video of that, and I thought better of it. I said, "Well, shit, these fuckers ain't sending me no requests anyway. So what the fuck?"
And then you did ask him, Sergio, because I was like, the people that I call on support, they don't even know what Uber or Lyft is.
Yeah, I know.
And I'm like,
the worst fucking thing on the planet. The worst fucking support, whatever the fuck they are on the planet. I was like, yeah, I dealt with it when I did those 200 trips. I tried trying to get my fucking $2 fucking cancellation fee, because on the Lyft fucking app, if you don't get close enough and click that arrive shit, you are.
Screen capture.
Sergio, you moved from your 5G.
We got him again. We got him again. Somebody get the freeze picture. Who's gonna do the who's gonna do the
cap?
Who's gonna do the meme? Who's gonna make the meme?
Who's gonna do? Oh, I'm the meme master.
You're
Should
the meme guy.
All right,
Sergio, we lost you. Text him.
Yeah, his phone froze. We're gonna go ahead and let him go ahead.
Uber probably be like, no. They called Google and they were like, hey.
Well, first of all, listen, I gotta apologize to everybody in the chat tonight, bro. I was trying to read them, but there was a lot going on. A lot of y'all wanted to know about, the interview, what we felt about it. The panel, I think our panel tonight gave you what we thought about it. I thought he got a B. I was a little bothered this afternoon on the live show because I didn't want to get into it then. I wanted everybody else to do their thing. At the end of the day, it's like I said yesterday going into the interview, bro. I didn't have any expectations.
Yeah, you gotta J777. Just watch our replay again. We asked about the the deluxe that they're removing, and know.
I didn't have any expectations. I knew he wasn't going to give any answers.
yeah.
So it was just a kind of it was a conversation. It was a starter. Hopefully, it builds into something else. They got to make their money. We got to make our money. Listen, like no joke, man. It's a war. It's a war in the literal sense, not in the actual sense. In the literal sense, goddamn it.
Yep, and to find out that cherry picking doesn't do no good.
It's a
No
war.
bueno. No.
So,
bueno.
it is 11 o'clock. Tony has jumped back in with us. We're going to go ahead and thank everybody for coming in. I wish I could have got more to your questions, but I promise we'll get to your questions next week. Don't forget, in the Discord, somebody put up that Discord, please. In the Discord, we are we're going to have the after show chat. That's a live vocal afterward chat. I'll go in there for a half hour. Steven will be running that, so I'm not worried about that.
Neat.
Omar, I think Omar is out. Yeah, Steven, you just got drafted. Listen, you're an admin, bro, so you're in it, okay? You goddamn it.
In it to win it.
All right? Since you kicked Brandon out, you know what I'm saying? And then you got
Hey, that wasn't me.
I don't want to hear that shit. That's
Hey, you get what you asked for.
number two. Listen, the show's unofficial sponsor, the unofficial sponsor. If you scan that right there, that'll take you to gigwithit.com. Go check, just even if you don't buy anything, just go check out their website. This is WeZoom's website. They got a whole bunch of gear and stuff on there that you can check out. Know your worth, from hoodies to t-shirts to hats. Just go check them out. For every sale they have a fund for every driver that's unfortunately been killed in the gig space. They donate that money to them, so it's a good cause. Outside of that, y'all, I ain't got nothing else tonight. Eddie, give us the tip of the week, bro. Let's go.
Hey, make sure that if you are getting into this gig and stuff, make the money and reinvest it into something else that do not depend on them. As we always say, pivot, start something else, start a business or something, pay off your bills, whatever. Don't depend on them. They can shut your app off at any time. So reinvest.
And it's something similar to what he said. It's like, this is quick money. This isn't
Correct.
It's quick money, but it's easy for it to catch
bust
up
your
with
butt.
you if you try to do this long term.
Stop going out drinking with your damn friends. Okay?
Definitely
Stop buying
don't,
Christmas presents.
Don't buy a car for this game unless you're doing the math and you're actually paying attention to what you're doing, or if you're going to buy a car and you know you're going to be using it for something more than RideShare and you can sustain what you're paying on it. Don't buy something extravagant for RideShare. I mean, obviously, look, Lux is leaving, and a lot of people are relying on Lux in order to make their payments. So it's just not worth it. It's a lot of headache and heartache that you can avoid. So, but definitely use the money and whatever time you can save up. Use that time currency to build towards a goal that you actually care about, and that'll work that you can be happy and proud of.
Yep. And Sergio kept mentioning one thing tonight, that the majority of the people on this panel, we do drive XL and above. And that's because we put in the work. We put in the work to get to those platforms. But I'm telling you, and I know some people might say, they tell me, bro, they're like, oh, Vinny, you just don't want anybody else on your platform. I ain't got shit to do with it. Repossession rates in the United States right now in 2023 surpassed their all-time record back in May. Everybody's getting their shit repossessed. It's not that I'm worried about competition. I'm always going to make my money one way or another. What the difference is you're going to mess up your credit. You're going to mess up your money. You're going to put down this down payment on this fucking car, right? And if shit don't work out, we all, look, ain't none of us perfect. Shit happens. I don't want it to happen to anybody I know. That's just it. That's the bottom line. Stay within your means and build up to something better. That's what Eddie did. That's what Steven's done. That's what I've done. That's what Driven Dad's doing with his wife, Lisa, right? Lisa's pregnant. She can't drive right now. So they turned in the other Tesla. Ain't no sense in having two of them sitting in the front yard.
Oh.
If you can't make
Or
money
could,
on the
or
car,
could have
don't
done a
buy the
Steven and
car.
rented it out.
Yeah.
If you don't, well, no, they were renting it themselves through Test Driver.
No,
The
he's talking
point
about mine.
is, don't buy something if it ain't got if you can't make a return on it. If there's no return on your investment, don't fucking buy it. Especially with these cars. And then everybody talks about, oh, we want to go private. Well, then go private. But if you go private all the way. This way your ass is covered. You don't lose something in case something goes wrong. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, Tony, I know you can hear me, Tony. Tony, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can
We
hear
can.
you, brother. Brother,
All
give
right.
us a
I
tip.
just my tip. What you made me forget my tip. um, hold on. It's coming back to me. It's coming back to me. Oh yeah, my tip was when the money's rolling in on a specific day and it won't stop rolling in, take advantage of that day because the next day may be a famine. So
100%.
if it's hot, play the hot hand like the Miami Dolphins did against the Broncos. If it's if it's not, if you're the Broncos, sit the game out.
Or if you're the Heat against the Nuggets, just sit the game out. Sit the game out. I
There we
agree.
go.
Hey, listen. They're saying in the sports world the Dolphins got even for the Heat. Here's what you just said is right. If an area is hot, if it's hot, keep striking, keep going, keep getting there
going,
until
don't
the
stop.
area is not hot no more. Don't stop, because you know it is a feast or famine type of deal. You know, on a Saturday, I know I'm going to make. If I work Saturday all day, I know I'm going to make between $300 and $350. When times were good, I'd make between $450 and $500. During the week, I know in the afternoons they suck. They're hit or miss. In the mornings, I know what I can make in the mornings. I know my mornings right now are better than my nights. I know my Saturdays I got to do all day. I can't just do the morning, go dilly dog out for the afternoon, and then go back out at night. I'm not going to make the money doing it that way. So if you know where the hot area is, you ain't got to tell nobody. Just keep going back there. Keep fountain of youth, goddammit. Keep getting the money. All right. With that, we're going to end this up. Appreciate everybody showing up tonight. We will be back next Wednesday night. Yeah, stay safe. Make your money. Everybody on the panel, I appreciate you being here tonight. With that, I am out. You are out. We will see you next time.
Pow.